Hi traders, Mr. Golden is on the line. Well, today is already Tuesday. Our week started 2 days ago. I would like to give a brief overview of what kind of position could be found on Monday and what logic in general should you consider when opening markets. That is, as you prepare for the session, you can understand in which direction you will work. Let's take a brief look today at the USD asset and what it shows us in general. As you can see, I have unwound the graph. Here, this candle symbolizes Friday, the closing of Friday. So this is how the previous week ended. So what was our priority? First of all, we have been moving in a short structure for quite a long time. That is, we have been falling. Then we got a strong long move at the opening of the previous week, and in fact it continued irrevocably for a whole week. Having reached this level, under the name buy side, which means the level of liquidity, where in principle the price slowed down, from which it already received a reverse reaction, meaning it demonstrated this short movement. At 4 o'clock it will be visible even better, which has already changed the narrative from long to short, potentially. So, looking at this schedule, what could we work with on Monday? We could work with this inefficiency as a point that was never filled with price. So the price has actually flown here. We have price gaps, a price zone that could be interesting going forward. Let's switch to the 1 hour time frame. We conquer everything a little here. All right. So there is. Okay. We remember that this zone is our potential target for the price on Monday, Tuesday. This zone is the zone where, in principle, we ended our bullish movement. So let's first understand where our long movement changed to short movement. As you can see, in this array, the price from this fair value gap supported the long narrative. Then another pullback. This fair value gap also supported this narrative. And we hit our key potential point last week. Then these zones were completely failed, that is, by this candle. We did not react at all, disabled, actually changing our order flow from long to short at this point. However, it still had no reinforcement behind it. We had to wait for the reaction from the newly created fair value gaps. Do they support further short movement, or on the contrary, will be disabled? That is, the price will continue long delivery. As we can see, this fair value gap at 1 hour supported the short positions, thereby updating a new local minimum again. Here we see it. After that, we again received a pullback to this fair value gap zone, where the price is the same. Sustained the short movement by updating the last local low. Now let's fast forward to Monday. Here we are on Monday. We need to fast forward to the opening of an already liquid time, that is, to the opening of our trade. Actually, this will be the start of the London session, where we basically started our work with the markets. So, let's jump to 15 minutes. But we will understand where we could take a position here. We will look more locally. We remember with you that the price has been supporting a short order flow for quite a long time. This is a local situation. Yes, we can see that we have a long movement here, but does it cancel out the short context? No, because the last short reaction was never disabled, which means the current one was never interrupted at the moment. Accordingly, we still are, and we are still looking for actual short positions. Let's see further how the price forms. So in principle, here we have another change in our narrative. On 15-minute candles, let's move on to the 5 minutes to understand it better. As you can see, the price is fixed below this local minimum. We are in a valid time, meaning a time when we can make decisions and open positions. We have a look at the situation with the HTF chart. with a chart of higher time frames. And on lower time frames, we have, in principle, confirmation of our trading idea, where we can already collect our short positions in order to achieve our main target. Well as with the goal of achieving intermediate targets, so this means it is the low of Asia. Even it will be with us. Yes, it will be the low of Asia. Everything is correct. Okay, let's imagine that we open a position, alternatively from this point. Let's see how it works in the future. As we can see, the price is rising a little higher. This stop loss does not play a role here. However, the reaction was primarily not received from this point. What does this signal to us? That this opening is Monday, this is the first session, and maybe we could hurry the entrance here. However, let's see what will happen next. As we see, the price here does not invalidate our idea. After all, it does not remove this high, after which, again, reconfirms our context. Confirms our context, again by changing the narrative, where, in principle, you could already use the market with confidence enter, it seems to me, in the position of a short direction. Let's see what happens next. Slight consolidation followed by strong short delivery, which we described. Alright, let's see how this day ends so that you can understand in general how the price moves. In principle, this is all. Liquidation time for Monday is complete. As you can see, maybe the first idea wouldn't work for you. However, you must always remember that the morning of the Monday session, it is quite a difficult time because the price only forms narratives for the day. That is, it can make such movements as here, as if they have already confirmed our short movement. However, it might not work, and this does not mean that the idea is invalid. We just had to wait for this movement to finish, get another context confirmation, then just take your profit, constantly entering the short direction, preferably on pullbacks. You yourself know why I have already explained it more than once. In principle, this is the end of our short movement, and already in a liquid time, meaning in the time when we do not trade, the price rises again with a long movement and enters consolidation mode, which is no longer interesting for me because I do not trade such situations. So in short, what can be understood from this video clip? That is, this is how we build our narrative and how we build in which direction we will trade this price. So, we have a long order flow. We have a hit on a potential target from the HTF chart. After that, we see that the arrays that worked in the long direction now do not work and do not give a reaction. Instead, short arrays gain value, which means constantly push the price down, as in this case and in this case. In principle, everything that was done to us. What remains is simply to correctly choose the entry point on the LTF, and not from the very bottoms, but from the premium values. We always measure it with this grid, the setting of which I have already shown, and at or near premium values, we execute every one of our short positions. I think this is clear for now. In the end, you must always build a plan at the beginning of the session about how the price should support the order flow or disable it. After that, when the direction is already determined, you just need to wait for the LTF situation that is clear to you, or use the vortex indicator when it signals to you that you should execute your positions. That's all I have for today. See you in the next videos. By the way, we also have a Telegram channel where you'll find a lot of valuable information regarding trading. Through this channel, we provide access to our tools, the Golden Bot powered by AI, which delivers 50 to 100 signals per day with an accuracy of approximately 80% plus. A VIP channel where you'll not only receive signals but also detailed analysis of each trade, along with exclusive educational materials. Additionally, we have a premium channel where our core team offers support to help individuals become independent, successful traders. If you prefer not to learn or trade yourself, you can join copy trading and automatically copy our trades. In general, you'll find useful content, and we regularly hold contests and tournaments for our most active subscribers. Subscribe to our Telegram channel, and we wish you good luck and profit.